Well, greetings everyone, welcome back to Rob's Workshop. At the end of the last video I said I would be tackling the pistons, piston rods, piston rings and so forth. And then I discovered I'd already started this job, I don't know when it was, a long time ago, before I started doing YouTube videos anyway. So this is the story so far. I made two of them, two blanks I suppose you could call them, because I've still got to do the grooves. They're very simple to set up. The shaft is stainless steel, tapped 5BA on the ends, 1/4 inch as per the drawing. The cast iron piston blanks were faced, drilled and tapped 5BA, and then reversed, screwed onto the piston rod and Loctited in place. In the collar chuck again and face this final surface until I get a consistent 250 thickness all around. That went quite easy. This video I'm going to be doing the grooves, and like many other things on this engine, I'm changing the design a little bit. I'm not a big fan of two piston rings in one groove. Okay, it might work, but it just looks a bit wrong to me. Never seen it on proper engines, but never mind. So this is what I've come up with. They're going to be separated by a small landing. And the maths are as follows. The piston width is 251.5, just over what it should be. The ring widths are all consistently 62 thou. So for each piston, two of those will give me 124 total width. So if we take the total width off the piston, we end up with 1275. Divide that by 3 because I need 3 landings, and we've got 42.5 thou width per landing. Now then, the ring thickness, which is thickness and which is depth. Anyway, that distance across the way, they are all 33 thou. These were already made, by the way. They came with the castings and the rest of the raw material kit with the engine. So say they've all been machined 33 thou. Now the drawing, if you work this out, is 1 inch minus 7/8, and then divide by 2 gives you a 1/16 depth of groove, or 62.5 thou, which is basically double the ring thickness, which is far too much. It doesn't need to be anywhere near that. So I've elected to change this to 40 thou, and that still leaves small space at the back for any tiny radii on the parting tool that I'll be using, and so forth. It'll be fine. The main thing is that when the pistons are in position, of course they're flush with the outer surface of the piston, so you do need a small gap at the back, but you don't need that much. So it's off to the lathe, and we'll start machining these grooves. Interesting point I noted on this. I don't remember, because it's so long ago, but when I machined this, I don't remember any hardness turning this thing down to diameter. I don't know if you can see the shininess on both sides there, and it's rather dull in the middle. Indication of a chilled casting, or semi-chilled. Anyway, this is still a few thou oversized, so it goes in the collet now. Check for true running, and then take it down to a nice fit in the bore, and then we'll do the grooves. There we go. Okie dokie, I've got the tool set up at right angles to the axis of the piston rod, and I've used a razor blade to find the edge of the tool against the face of the piston, zeroed the DRO at that. So according to my figures, first groove will be 0.0425 from that edge. So first of all I need to fire up the lathe and put some marker pen on the circumference. So I'll move across 42.5 thou. Which is there. I'll put some tailstock support in because there's only the piston rod in the collet. Okay, and I'll just touch off and set my Y0. Now I need to go in 40 thou. I think I need a little bit more speed. Well, 40 thou deep. I'm going to zero the Y there so that I know how far to go in with the second groove. I'll stop there for a moment because the tool width is tool is 56 thou wide. The groove needs to be 62, so I've got 6 thou more to take off widthways. Just get that dust away from there for a moment. So I need to move the x-axis another 6 thou, which is 42.0485. I'll move across to 0485, which isn't very much. We'll go into 0 on the Y, and then I'll try a piston lean. That's it. Oh, that is so close. Right, rather than blow it, fiddle around with the groove and end up with it being oversized, I'm going to make a jig to face these piston rings both sides. It's just tends to come off here. Get in. Yeah, it's just about ready to go in, but I'm going to leave it at that. Mess it up. Okay, so first ring done, and it's to depth. Now I've got to move, be careful with this, because I've got to move the tool across the required amount so that I have the same width landing in the centre and at the end. But I'll get back to you after I've done the maths. Right, I've done my maths. Start point for the tool now is point 147 from this face, and in we go to depth and then across another 6 thou. Right, so you took me 6 and 3. I'll stop there. Well, visually the 3 landings look exactly the same, which is what I wanted. So just try the piston ring in that second groove. And I'm going to take one more thou off that. Only 152. That's why. Get everything out of the way, a little bit polish up. Where's my emery? just going to touch up the edges of the grooves, maybe a tiny blur there. Yeah, just starting. I'm terrified of breaking these piston rings. I've only got 4 as supplied with all the castings and I don't want to break them. Okay, I could make some more, but I'd rather not have to. Yeah, that's fine, they're both the same. Right. Come out. Oh, it doesn't want to come out now. It's alright to me. Onwards and upwards. Right, I'm going to use this left over from when I did the cylinder covers top and bottom. This is a 1-inch diameter recess. It's less than the thickness of the ring, so that's spot on, it'll work perfectly. So we'll just get this carefully into the jig. Alright, and then we start our that's bright all around, so I'll flip that out. I'll just zoom out a bit because we're right. Flip that out. Turn it round. The same again. Getting very close now. Right, I think we've got it. Where are you? the rings sit below the outer edge of the piston wall, which is important, as I said. Okay, so I need to gap these now, which is just a few strokes with a needle file until I get the required gap. There's lots of schools of thought on that particular topic, but the most commonly used is 1 thou clearance gap there for every 1 inch of bore. So this is a 1 inch bore engine, so I'm going for 1 thou, or maybe slightly more. We'll try it in the bore anyway. So this is a 1.5 thou feeler, because I don't have any 1 thou joeys. I'll put some light on this so we can see what we're doing. And that just fits there. You can make that out. My hands are in the way. I'm going to leave it at that. That one's okay. Do the same with the other one now. So there's a requirement for 2 little holes on the top face of each piston for a Tommy bar, hence the name Tommy holes. 8th deep, 16th diameter. There's no dimension given here. I'll make it 1/2 inch. It's not a critical feature of the piston anyway, it's just for turning it so that the piston rod can screw down into the crosshead. So over to the mill, we'll centralise this and then move across 1/4 inch each way and do the necessary holes. So that's us centralised. 22, 22, 2. That'll do. More than accurate enough for the feature. Okay, move across 1/4 inch. That 1/4 inch, and we'll just put a little dimple. Okay, 16th drill in the chuck, and we gotta go down, what, 1/8 of an inch. Now we're done. Rinse and repeat in the other piston. Right, let's put this together and see how it fits. Piston number 1. Pretty good. Oh. Right, I'll put the ring gaps 180 apart as is tradition. I mean, in service the things move around anyway. Okay, bit of oil. fast. You bugger. I don't want to go. Go on, Bennett. Feels like a lot of, oh dear, a lot of spring pressure. Yeah, not too bad. Okay, I'll do. Well, there we go. Done. All done and dusted, as we say over in the UK. So I've really got no excuse now. I have to get on with the second connecting rod. And then we're very close to finishing this little engine. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and hope to see you again soon in the next video, wherever that will be about. Till then, take care and bye for now. Bye.